Welcome aboard the USS Hawaii, a new ship just recently made available in the Steel Fleet event. Today we're going to take her out for a spin and see how she feels. Damn, that's a lot of guns on this bitch. So can this ship smack that ass back to port? Here to review her and find out is your host, Ripper.
The ocean's healthy queen with torpedoes armed, through silent storms unseen. In the deep she hides, her target's in sight. A ghost in the seas, a phantom in the fight. Ruler of the deep, silent and profound. In the art of war where her foes are bound, she strikes with grace, a force unseen. In the world of warships, she is the queen truly.
Hey team, this is Ripper. Hope you guys are doing fantastic today. Got a fun video with the Hawaii. Yes, the favorite steel ship right now that's going around, and it's actually kind of a lot of mixed feelings about it. A lot of people complaining about it. A lot of people say it's annoying. A lot of people love it. So we're going to take a dive into it and take a look at see how she performs, and we'll do my honest opinion and review about it. But as always, before we begin, like, subscribe, bubble up. If you're all supporters of the channel, if you see value what we're doing here today, smash this button, leave a comment. Thanks for stopping by, and hope you enjoy the show. All right. So there's the event called the Steel event that's going on right now. That's basically allowing you to spin steel to get ships. And there's about, I believe, 6 of them that people are looking at. One, obviously, in the background is the one that's most favored for me, and that's the Hawaii. There's other ones like the Valparaiso. Now, if you want an overpowered, broken, kind of messed around ship, like just brain dead, you don't have to do much thinking and just survive, that's the Valparaiso, and we already got it. I already got the Valparaiso, so it's an easy decision for me. Out of all the ships I looked at, I think Hawaii is probably the most fun and most enjoyable, and I get the most value out of it. That's just my opinion. But again, there's the Brennan, which is kind of like a super kind of 16-gun Hindenburg, in my opinion. There's the Aki dive bomber Yamato. There's the I-56, which is some kind of Japanese submarine. I don't play submarines, so I don't even care. And of course, Le Havre is one we already got as well. It's kind of some kind of gimmicky French secondary ship, whatever. And then, of course, we have yours truly, the Hawaii. So those are the ships that are currently out and about right now. But so far, as you see in the background here, just absolutely having fun with Hawaii. It basically is the best bang for your buck. Now, is it overpowered, broken? No, absolutely not. No way, shape, or form. It is just annoying. This is, to me, like a combination of Colbert, Smolensk, Austin with an Alaska hull. It just doesn't have any smoke. As you can see, we just melted the GK right there, just helping people melt them down. And this is pretty much the bread and butter of what this thing does. You can kind of think of it as you're kind of playing like a Colbert with an Austin kind of play style with an Alaska hull that allows you to tank a little bit better as opposed to being a glass cannon. You got 74,000 HP here. You can build for a little bit more. I didn't build for survivability. I kind of have the Halsey Captain build, which is more for the Puerto Rico, Alaska kind of build. So I'm kind of using it on this to see how it goes, but really this thing is incredible. The gimmick is the fast fire F funny button key. So what you get is, if you don't know, you get 9 guns firing on both sides at any one given time with amazing angles. 5.2 second reload on the base guns. AP is also great as well. But the gimmick is this F button, which reduces the reload time by 43%, and you get these insane shell trajectories with the sacrifice of fire chance going down, range going down, and AP shell going down. So you get kind of like the 12-ish kilometer range roughly around there. So just think of 12 kilometers, boom, that's around your detection. You can fire amazing, like 2 to 3 second sub reloads there. And you can really just melt anybody duking out. More for like the brawling and close island support aspect. Outside of that, normal shooting is what you're seeing in the background here, out to about 18 kilometers, which is very comfortable for my liking. You got a heal, you got the hydro 5 kilometer, you got a radar, only 8.5 kilometer radar. So you're not really using the radar too much, because what it will require you to do is push in really heavy. And although it has armor and it has a little bit more health, it doesn't push in very well. It can get focused down just like normal. Everybody's trying to push in with this thing. I've noticed that. And it just gets focus fired and melted down easily. Now, what it really shines at is hugging islands, getting the smoke, and using cover. Really, again, it still has to operate like a light cruiser without the fear of being just blapped from an existence. by somebody across the map. So you can kind of operate in that regard. You can see right here, I'm just, supporting any kind of battleship. It's a great supporter, by the way, with a little bit of survivability. It's not a glass cannon, like you just breathe on it and blows up. This one at least can survive a little bit, can tank a little bit, but you want to do it very, very cautiously and carefully. You kind of want to still, again, focus, get those one-on-one matches. You can really one-on-one very well with this thing. I've seen a lot of videos out there with people one-on-oneing and gunboating this thing. It's pretty dang hilarious and fun. But like I said, it's nothing too overpowered or broken. I don't think it is. It's just really annoying to play against. I've played against them, and yeah. But again, all you got to do is focus fire it down. It lights on fire very easily for some reason. Like at the slightest little shell hit, I get caught on fire because, I mean, I don't have fire prevention, and you get the long burn times of a cruiser. So very, very wonky on that regard. The other aspect of this thing is it has a very weak bow, so it can definitely get overmatched easily. Nothing too cosmic. It doesn't even have 32 mil bows or anything. It's pretty way, way lower. So it can be, like I said, overmatched and shot. There's our first kill for the day. And, of course, the armor is kind of pretty thin. It's just kind of Alaska armor, but, again, that's not saying much because this thing can get just... The deck is just an entirely baked in all this light armor right here, so you can get it. The sidewalls, if you angle enough, will deflect it somewhat. But, again, that nose is very, very weak to allow a lot of overmatch right there. So... Really, maneuverability, it's like an Alaska. It just kind of sluggish, behaves like any kind of cruiser. Now, here's the operation of the funny button right here. You can notice the range cut down to 12.2, as you can see right there. And the shell trajectories can literally lob over these ridiculous islands, which I'm about to do here on the Colombo, making it very, very interesting. Again, the drag time is very odd, though. See, as you can notice, now that I've got 792 meters per second velocity now, and the fire chance goes down, the range goes down, and it gets these weird, wonky kind of angles, and they float. So you pretty much have to lead the ship even more than you're used to, as opposed to having normal fire, where the trajectory is lower and the ballistics are a little bit better flight time characteristics. But that's for lobbing over islands and using low concealment, and then the other one, of course, is lobbing shells further down range. So you can actually play around with it and see if you can mess with the concealments. Like right now, I'm getting shot at, but the guy Hawaii in the back can't spot me because my concealment right now in firing penalty is only 12.5. So that's interesting about it. All right, let's watch how we duke it out here against the Zao. Using the funny button key right here and getting, look at that, 2.6 second reload. And the most I can get is 9 guns on this guy from either side. And that's kind of like what you got to get used to, is just trying to figure out what is the best angle to not get Citadel, about maximizing your firepower. Look at these angles, are very, very amazing to get all 9 guns on the left side really, really working and rocking and rolling. Still getting a lot of non-pens. Again, these are only 127 millimeter guns, so you're not really, you're not going to be doing so much damage. But hey, it's better than nothing, right? I'm really just aiming at superstructure. Very, very strong in this regard. We're watching for the Zao's torpedoes. We don't want to take a bunch of these bad boys. We got the hydro up, making sure he doesn't launch them, busting all his torpedo tubes. Look at all that firepower, and he goes down. Splash 2, 124,000 damage. Let's see if we can melt a sleeping. Now watch this. Normally a sleeping would just melt the crap out of us, but look at this. We are going to melt him first before he gets the chance. So let's see. Look at all this firepower sitting down the range. This is why it's so annoying to play against this thing. Holy crap, look at all that firepower. Yeah, we're pretty much going to die because we're duking it now against 5 ships. Again, it's more survivable than a Colbert Smolensk can, but you're getting all this firepower going along with it. So, is this fun? Absolutely. That's why I think it's way, way more worth it to do that. Splash 3, and then we go down after taking pretty much a third of the team over here. About 143,000 damage, and then pretty much the game ends right there. And everybody else dies. There goes Conde. Oh, here's the other Hawaii. Now, this is what it looks like going against Hawaii. We're just watching how he plays. And again, you can see as it's focused down, it's just the survivability of it. It's better than a Colbert and better than a Smolensk. However, like I said right there, you can duke it out a couple times, but once you start getting set on fire and everything, that is where the ship really doesn't shine very well, because look at that. It gets set on fire very easily, and it's kind of annoying. You got to use your damage cons and heals sparingly. You have to use them at the right moments. And a lot of the times, I find that you can even do what he's doing here, is doing these 360 turns, throwing off a lot of shells, because guess what? All 9 turrets can turn, and you get 9 guns on each side turning very effectively and quickly and getting them all online. So doing these little 360s here actually kind of ironically makes the ship survive a little longer as opposed to sailing broadside. But as you can see, he's just going to melt to death. Fire is its worst enemy, even though it dishes out fire. Ironically, it just cannot survive with all this fire burning right here. And that's the vein right there. You can see it just melts. It's so easy. So that's the counter to this thing. Just melt it down. And that's pretty much how you win the game for that. But, yep, that is the Hawaii in a nutshell. He's sinking right there. Let's see if we can speed this up and get this thing going. Let's get to the next game right here. But yeah, I mean, so far I've enjoyed it. It's hard to play. I'll be honest. It's not an easy ship to try to win matches in. It does require a little bit of positioning, a little bit of thinking, a little bit of patience. I've noticed that if I am patient enough, you really can get this thing working and rocking and rolling online if you just position it in a way that just supports your team as opposed to taking it to the fight to the enemy right there. Top of the tree right there. Doing a lot of damage. Let's take a look at one more video that I just had. Look at that, 1.9 million potential. This thing can tank. I'm telling you, it can tank. But yeah, you're going to have to sacrifice your ship to do all that. But one more video and let's see final verdict. All right, last game here in the Warriors Pad Domination. So what do I think of, this ship? Like I said, from the 6 ships that I've seen that are in the Steel event, this one's the most fun. And I've already got I already have the Valparaiso, and I think that one's a powerful ship already where it's just ridiculous survivability, easy to play. We know Valparaiso, but so since I already have it, the only options left are the, the Yamato kind of looking Aki, the Brennan, which is a Hindenburg. I don't like Hindenburg playstyle, so this one is the only one that fits my playstyle the most, which is kind of this rapid fire Alaska kind of thing. So I like it. It's an average ship, though. It plays no different than a Smolensk or a Colbert or an Austin. It's still going to die if it is like exposed too much, focused down. You can kill it. Like, watch this. We're going to go against another Hawaii. You can see how we play against each other here. And really, that's it. There's really not many special, really super overpowery gimmick, if that's a word. It really, you still got to play it. You still got to position. You still got to use your brain. It is fun in that regard. You can do some amazing pushes, or you can play more standoffish. So AA is also amazing on this thing. It can really melt a lot of planes. You can see, look, I already am shooting 20,000 worth of airplane damage right there. But here it is, just shooting the normal guns against Hawaii. Very easy to aim at, nothing too crazy. Starts a lot of fires. It's amazing, it's fun. And really, that's it. I mean, this is just the gameplay. It's just melting. So you're a cruiser that is there to support your battleships and destroyers. That's it. I mean, that's its job. It's great at it. It's fun. And then when you want to do a meme kind of push, you absolutely can. And that's why I like Hawaii in that regard better than the other ships. So, yeah, I give it an average score. It's definitely a must for me. Out of all the ships, I would have picked this one. And it's so much fun. I enjoy it. It's just a HE spamming monstrosity. Notice right here, Hawaii, we switched to the F funny button. Look at all that firepower right there. I feel like I have like a Barbiano kind of firepower with HE shells. It's kind of fun in that regard with a little bit of armor and a fun radar. So you can do that. Utrick way in the back there. He's going to burn us down. So again, if he shoots us, it starts fires easily on this thing. So that's why that is the bane of this thing's existence, is fires. As any other ship. But man, the fires just seem to... I feel like my deck is just coated with kerosene because this thing just... Every time somebody fires at me, boom, I get knocked out with fire. All right, here comes... Look at all those airplanes getting shot down. Look at that, shooting down airplanes. All right, here we go. We're going to go against the Republic here, I think. And this is where I was like, do I want to duke it out with the Republic? Oh, I got an incomparable on my left here. I'll take this fight. The 2 versus 1, this will be fun. Okay, so right here, shooting at the bow, switching to AP, see if the AP can actually do some damage here. Notice the arc angles are pretty amazing right here. And there, he gets a nice shot on me right there. And look at all that damage. Look at that. If we had had enough time, we would have melted him. But incomparable cuts us off with Venezia as well, launching torpedoes into him, and he goes down. That was fun, wasn't it? Anyways, now we get to... man, this is the boring part. I was trying to cap. It takes forever to cap, so I had to stop, slam on the brakes. Now, here's where the fun part shines, is just shooting at range, and it's very, very comfortable shooting at this Austin right here, or kind of like our counterpart. Let's see here. I like the gun turrets on this thing. They just look sexy. They look more modernized. It's kind of like that Austin, Fort Sherman... what's that? What's the Des Moines, Super Des Moines? I can't think of it right now. It's got those kind of guns. Looks pretty cool for AA guns as well. Oh, nice. Austin gets blown to bits. And now we've got Marseille. Now watch this. Look at the firepower this thing does to French battleships and cruisers. This is a French cruiser, by the way. Just that funny button. Look at that reload. 9 guns just firing 127 millimeter guns, burning the crap out of the French cruiser style. Marseille just cannot survive. This is where we get all our damage right here. He is cooked, literally. God, look at the sound of the firepower right there. It's so fun. Yep, starting fires like a champ. There it is. Oh, he's reversing at an angle, so I had to lead a little bit. See, notice the shells are just floaty, just real floaty. Come on, baby. Give me that kill. And boom, he goes down. Splash 1. 58,000 damage. Now we switch to the more faster low trajectory arcs right here. I start another fireman. You want to put that thing out. See, so at these ranges, very, very comfortable as well with these guns. They don't feel very hard to aim. Against very fast speed coming out of the barrel here. 808 meters per second, a little bit faster than the normal gun, but the shell trajectory is flat, so you can get really good, nice shots on it. Not bad at all. Look at that. See, we get nice little quick hits here and there. They're doing just enough damage. I feel like I'm like an invulnerable destroyer right now. It just feels really, really comfortable. Just bullying cruisers and everybody else. And this is where the memes come in. This is where you just start pushing and charging with this thing. But you normally wouldn't do something like this in those lighter kind of glass cannons. So there it is, Splash 2. Taking down the next guy. All right, we got a Vermont here, 82,000 HP. Let's see if we can melt this guy. Let's see how fast we can melt this guy. All right, we're going to switch to the funny button here and get those shell trajectory arcs lobbing over the island. See, very, very comfortable at these ranges. And we start a fire. Look at that. All right, let's see. We'll switch back and forth between HE and then AP. So he's on fire now. We'll switch to AP and see how much... Look, watch how much we can melt off with the AP here. It's so fun. All right, here comes the first salvo's AP. There it is. Chunking him for the 2,600 damage. Oh, yeah, look at that. Couple thousand right there. Couple thousand right there. Another couple thousand right there. He's just getting chewed up, man. Hopefully he can get a shot off. Oh, he gets a shot off, of course. And then we get the we get the Vermont with the whole Minotaur right there. And he blaps us to an existence, and that's the game. But overall, like I said, Hawaii, definitely fun. That's my personal pick out of 6. What are your picks? What do you like better? Do you like the Aki? Do you like the obviously Valparaiso? Do you like any other of the steel ships out there? Let me know. I'm seeing a lot more videos of Hawaii people choosing Hawaii like crazy. They're like in matches all over the place. And man, oh man, are they fun. And this is a hilarious sub trying to just make the game last too long. Pesky subs. Holy crap. Anyways, we win that one. But, man, it is fun. I'm telling you, I'm having blasts. Fun games with Hawaii, doing great work. And it is incredible. Top 3, the team right there. As always, this thing does pump out a lot of damage. Great potential damage as well. But as always, build by the end of the video. If you see what we're doing here and is valuable to you, smash those buttons, leave a comment. And if you see me out there, make sure you select. And I hope you're doing well. Happy holidays. And until next time, take care. Cheers.
The ocean